Okay, what's going on, everybody? So I'm coming at you with a full day of eating. Now, feels really weird to have my camera looking at me this way because I haven't done any vlogging type stuff since college, like 2 years ago. But anyway, full day of eating right now. Where I'm at right now, 18 weeks out on prep. So food is still very high right now. Training performance is still high. Lots of food right now. Lots of good visual changes that we're seeing happening regardless of food being high. No cardio in the mix right now. So this is going to be as little day in the life-esque as possible. But I mostly just want to show you guys what I'm eating, what my meal plan looks like. Currently, right now, I have my chicken in the air fryer. It is 8:30 a.m. right now. In about an hour and a half, I'm heading out to get body work done, get my back work done, to get dry needling done, stim therapy and cupping, and maybe a little deep tissue work, but I'm not sure. We're going to see what we get to, but also get some dry needling done on my knee. But anyway, getting ahead of myself. For those of you guys that don't know who I am Nick Justice. I'm a men's physique competitor. Last time I competed was 2021, nationally qualified, but obviously because I was nationally qualified does not mean that I have to go compete at nationals. I would have gotten smoked. I was 170 pounds on stage. Right now, I'm currently sitting at a 250 right now. Held 275 this off season, and held 260 at a very, very good level of leanness once we cut down to 250. Built back up. Now we're chilling at 250 on prep right now. Got 2 shows this year. Obviously got to qualify for nationals in sometime in June, July area. But the regional qualifier that we we're just gonna hop into one. Not sure which one we're gonna pick yet. I'm not really worried about that at all. I just want to make sure that get a good show, get the qualification, go to nationals, and fucking get the job done. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys where I'm at right now, 18 weeks out in terms of food. Might throw in a little voiceover of a leg day or a back workout or whatnot. But pretty much the premise of this video is showing you guys where I'm at with my food, where I'm at in prep. Oh, I'm going to throw up the pictures of my back shot yesterday that I took after my leg day, and then how my back is looking today. Just side by side is absolutely nuts for how much good body work did for me, for the just opening everything up and just getting blood flow in there. I'm going to throw that up for you guys. I'm going to throw in my most recent check-ins in this video as well, so you guys can see where I'm at, because I'm already a meal in right now. Don't want to do any posing right now. But anyway, I'm not fat by all means. I still have abs and obliques, and I'm starting to see lines of my glutes at 250. But we still have a lot to lose to get to that pro standard physique that on stage I'm going to be very proud of presenting. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm about to eat for meal 1 before I head off to go do body work, and then come back and show you guys what we got on the docket for meal 2. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this full day of eating. It's been a while since I've done anything on YouTube in terms of vlogging type stuff. Going to be coming to you guys with full days of eating throughout the entire prep, day in the life stuff throughout prep, what I do on rest days, training days, how I go throughout my day with client check-ins, managing the podcast, making sure I'm doing this and that, but also show you guys kind of what I do outside of bodybuilding as well. I want to kind of implement some of those things into the day in the lives as well. But anyway, today's full day of eating. Enjoy watching me eat food and talk while I eat food. It's going to be weird, but I know you guys like that shit. So anyway, coming back at you in like 0.1 seconds with meal 1. All right, check me out. So this is meal 1. All right, and this too, don't worry. Okay, so what we got in here, we have 100 grams of cream of rice. Now, this is Flavor Gang cream of rice. So Flavor Gang, absolutely awesome. I love all their sauces. I love all their cream of rice. Their diet donuts, oof, so good. So shout out Ross. But they work with us in our podcast, so I always use their stuff. I've been using it for years before I was affiliated with them. But I got 100 grams here with 100 grams of blueberries as well. Also have 16 grams of almond butter, but I don't put that in here. I just put the almond butter on the scale, take it out, put it in my mouth. Tastes good. Right here, 2 whole eggs, and then 168 grams of chicken breast with some fat-free ranch on top, and then just loaded with salt and pepper as well. When it comes to eggs, all right, so I grew up on a farm, so I was 18 years old. We had horses, sheep, goats, chickens, turkeys. It's so easy for me to point out a cheap egg just from the store. Not from the color of the yolk, but from the taste, okay? So I buy farm fresh eggs from someplace local here in Milwaukee, just outside the city, and it's so worth it. I mean, if you can afford it, get it. They taste good as hell. It's free range, like actual free range, not the free range bullshit that they put on the covers of the egg cartons that say free range eggs, and then the free range is just literally a 2x2 little pen, and they sprinkle some food in there and they call it free range. It's not free range, okay? So if you guys can afford it, and then a lot of times too, not gonna lie, with how high the prices are in general everywhere, a lot of times I'm getting a dozen or 2 dozen of farm fresh eggs. Chada, get down from here. Cat's getting up here. I'll get a dozen or 2 of farm fresh eggs for cheaper than I would get them at, like, if walked across the street at Metro Market downtown here. And they taste better quality, and you're supporting somebody local, you're supporting a family, or you're supporting a family business, and it just feels good, okay? So I kind of say fuck the convenience, and I go with something that's going to be maybe sometimes a little bit more expensive, maybe not. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the cheap eggs that come in the styrofoam cartons. Those will work. I mean, it's eggs, it's protein. I personally just like a little bit more higher quality, which is why, you know, when I get my chicken, it's from Butcher Box. I don't buy anything from Walmart or anything. I will buy a lot of chicken from Costco if I run out, but I get all my chicken and all my steak from Butcher Box, which is way better quality, and it's an American brand. So yeah, this is meal one. I'm gonna toss the macros up here on the screen with this meal. I'm gonna down this, get some work done, and then I'm going to show you guys what I got for meal two. All right, yo, so I'm about to sit down and eat meal two of the day, but this is my pre-workout meal. So I already ate the banana because I was going hypo. So banana has already been consumed. So I had, what is it, 100 grams of banana, and then 10 grams of honey with that. This is 365 grams of rice, and then 210 grams of 93.7 ground turkey, smothered in salt because I sweat a lot, so I need a lot of salt. So because I'm training a little bit earlier today, taking meal two, moving it to the meal four spot, and then taking meal three, which is pre-workout meal, moving it up to meal two, swapping those around. So it was at 6 meals, now we're at 5 meals. Not because we dropped food drastically, but we just combined a little bit of stuff just so I could get things in a little bit easier. But yeah, so this is a pre-workout meal, throwing the macros up right there, or the calories, whatever we want to do. And then, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym. And then in a little bit, you guys will see a voiceover of either this workout or a workout from last week. Show you what I'm doing. It's going to be either a leg day or a back day. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, meal 2, 3, well, pre-workout meal going down, one of my favorite meals. And but anyway, yeah, see you guys in a little bit with the voiceover, and I hope you guys are enjoying this full day of eating so far. But yeah, big old meal here, and one of my favorites. I'm out of my Flavor Gang sweet pappy sauce, and their was it Basic Bitch Ranch, fucking good, so good. So I'm stuck with the fat-free ranch and G Hughes sugar-free barbecue. Still good, but not nearly as good as the Flavor Gang sauces, because those are they just hit the fucking spot. So this is going to be the workout portion of this video. So starting off, when it comes to what we're training today, we're training lats. It's gonna be more of a lat focused day, but we do have, I believe, if I remember correctly, some upper back in this workout as well. Yeah, I believe at the end we did. So right now you see Devo, that's my training partner and one of my athletes, just warming up. Well, warming up is he's got 3/4 of the stack on there. So I don't think we have any of the beginning footage of us warming up, rolling out, doing our shoulder exercises, but we warmed up our shoulders properly. We did external, internal rotations, and also a lot of rope pullovers to get just blood in our lats, and just priming the rotator cuff, shoulder girdle, and getting blood into our lats. So we're first starting off with a single arm pull down variation here. This is the guy on the left. This is Kevin. He's one of my classic physique athletes. He drove from Madison, Wisconsin, all the way to Milwaukee today for this workout. So it was a great meeting him and training with him. Really hard worker, really good guy. So I'm just touching it right now. And when it comes to why we're doing this on not a regular lat pull down, why we're doing this on a close cable stack, is because the seat that we're sitting in is adjustable. We can take that and pull it completely off, so it's off of the vertical bracing, the poles there. So it's really sick because there's just pins. You slide it on there, put your height up there, and the reason I like that we're doing this is because the swivel at the top of the cable station works really, really well for me, so I don't have to crank my oblique to the side that I'm pulling towards. You see me here, I'm leaning back a little bit more just because I am taller. I am 6'1", and if I am completely vertical, one, I don't have as good of a lat contraction there, but also two, the cable or the stack of weights does touch, and I don't want that within my range of motion. So when it comes to the single arm pull down, I am laterally crunching just a little bit to lock in my working side, and it's a lot easier for me to keep my elbow tight to my side at that point as well. So I believe from here, we're just still touching it. Kevin's going to get on here and just get some blood in his lats, get the movement and pattern down. So never mind, Kevin is not just touching it. This is indeed his first working set here. So you see, a major reason why I really like using this setup as well is that we're using the pole in front of us for bracing. We're pulling ourselves against it and into it. That doesn't really make sense. But I'm grabbing that pole so I can be braced properly, okay? So I'm not my non-working side arm is a lot easier for me to hold my opposite side in, so I can just have a good contraction and isolate that working side. Now, when it comes here, I'm just giving Kevin some cues here, because when it comes to lat training, a lot of people have a difficult time feeling that lat contraction, especially when it's the hardest part of the range of motion, the shortened position of the range of motion, and we are pushing for forced reps here. I'm a big proponent of forced reps and keeping the muscle loaded in a stretched position. So right here, as you can see that he started to kind of crunch forward a little bit, we're going to end the set there, because the moment that his chest goes from being proud and starts to come down, we are going to have a little less stimulus of the lat there, just because he is fatigued. So this entire workout was supposed to be mic'd up, and you see Kevin is talking into the mic right now, but when the camera that I was filming on, my camera that I'm filming on now, was dead. I didn't have my battery charger. And the camera we were filming on, I didn't really realize that there was something I had to go into the menu and change with the settings so it could take an external mic. So we got zero crisp audio from the mics, even though the mics were connected, but they weren't sequencing to the camera, which really sucked. So that's why I'm choosing to do this type of voiceover for this video for you guys as well. But Kevin, what he just got done talking about there was, he was talking about, I told him, hey bro, take fucking 30 seconds before you hit this next set. And he's like, yeah, 100%, dude. Like, I can't train that other side equally as hard as I want to if I'm jumping right into it. So that's just something for you guys to keep in mind when it comes to your training, if you're doing a lot of unilateral movements, like we do in our training. All right, so I'm about to hit my first top set here, I believe. Maybe my first top set. Not really sure. But there, of course, I'm chit-chatting before I hit the set with Devo. I'm getting in the zone a little bit here. Now, I like to, use my non-working side arm to grab my hand and pull down a little bit, just to get myself down into the seat, brace properly. You don't have to do that. It's just how I do it. Now, as you can see here, I'm using my non-working side arm to brace myself properly against the pole. It's much easier for me to brace this way instead of grabbing the seat in front of me, as to brace and to stay stable. This first set, I went a little bit heavy. The first set where the rep range of failure is supposed to be in that 7 to 10 range, 7 to 11 range, going a little bit heavier here, pulling down. As you see, as I go to this other side, well, let me finish this set first. Not really sure how many reps I'm counting here. I honestly know an estimate of how many reps I'm going to be getting if I'm going for, like, okay, my first set's going to be heavier within that 7 to 10 rep range. However long that set lasts, I kind of know, and how hard that weight feels, I kind of know where I'm going to be ending within that set. Sometimes I get too focused on counting reps, or I used to, and I would just lose track, I would lose connection, I'd lose focus, so that's something I definitely could improve upon. I don't track my workouts very diligently in terms of writing down every single weight of every single workout, of every single exercise, seeing the progressions. I am a proponent of that, if that does help you, but I have just falling out of the habit of doing that, because when I get into the zone of training, I'm in the fucking zone. My phone is down. I'm not texting anybody. If I'm making content during training, I'm doing this type of content during training. I'm doing something for a YouTube video where the camera is set up and I'm just getting right into it, okay? And a lot of my content, my training content where I'm all sweaty as shit on my Instagram, that is content, or that's usually filmed at the end of a workout or something, between, a long set or something. I got something on my mind and I want to spit some facts or talk some shit. But anyway, so right here, you see me, I'm not pulling directly back towards my chest. I'm keeping my elbow in front of my body, you guys. And my elbow is as close to my torso as I possibly can get it. I want to think about taking my tricep and dragging it down across into my rib cage, and that's just a really good cue that I like to use to really activate my lat. Devo's helped me here get some forced reps, keeping that loaded in the stretch position, and then from here we are moving on. And then I'm tapping at the seat, and I'm just telling him how much I love using this seat that we can adjust specifically on this. I believe this is the Sorinex machine. This is a Sorinex, whatever type brand that is, closed cable stack. So moving on, we have the Megamass chest supported row. I absolutely love this machine. One, it's extremely hard, okay? But two, it gives me such a crazy upper back and lat contraction, and I get some great workouts using this machine. This is in my programming every single back day, no matter if it's lat or if it's upper back focused. Now, what I want to show you guys, what we're doing here differently, is we are doing a lat focused row. Now, we're trying to focus on as little upper back contraction and scapular elevation as possible. Nick, why is that? Because if we're having scapular elevation and we're having more upper back contraction, protraction, and retraction, then we're going to be taking away the entire premise of why we're doing this specific exercise. So I bring the seat up a lot higher, okay, so that pretty much my entire chest, or maybe the upper 3/4 of my chest, is in fact above the top of the seat pad. Now, why I'm doing that is because my range, or not my range of motion, my line of pull has changed a little bit differently now that I'm higher up on a platform. Because now I can pull those handles directly into my torso a little bit more, and maybe pull down into my belly button, getting a very, very intense mid to lower lat contraction. There is going to be some upper back in it, obviously, because you are with the pulling motion here, which is what I'm explaining to Kevin here right now. But when you do this exercise correctly with bringing that seat up and making sure that you are having a good stretch, or a good loaded stretch, and also elevating your chest a little bit, which I will get into a little bit, you can make a very, very good, you can create a really good lat focused row. As you see me doing this here, I'm driving and I'm bringing my chest up, okay? So I'm rocking back into the range of motion, and I'm not pulling, I'm not trying to think about getting my elbows up. I don't want to think about raising my elbows and flaring my elbows. One, it's gonna be a lot harder to do that because of the seat being elevated a little bit more. But two, if I do that more, it's gonna be hitting more upper back, okay? So I'm keeping my elbows down, keep my elbows aligned with my wrists. If you see that here, you can focus on how I'm pulling. My wrist and my elbows as I pull are aligned. I'm not flaring my elbows. All right, so this is going to be my first working set, I believe. Now, one thing I really like to do when it comes to my training is having, before that first rep, okay, just getting out of the hole, having somebody lift that up just a little bit, especially with this chest supported one, where I don't want to like put a whole lot of stress on my lower back. For those of you that know, follow me for a long time, or just have listened to my videos, I have a broken lower back. I don't really deal with a whole lot of issues, but I just like having a little help out of the hole so I can get stable, get braced against that seat properly, and then it's all me, which is why Devo lifted it up a little bit there. Now, as I'm doing this, you focus in on my chest, okay? As I'm pulling, I get to about 3 or maybe halfway through that range of motion of the concentric portion. I start to elevate my chest. Why I'm doing that is because, like I said earlier on, a few minutes ago, is that it really helps me bring my lats down and keep my scapulas depressed and not elevated. That's going to lead to a massive lat contraction, even with a row movement like this. So I think there's 3 plates on one side, 2 and a quarter on one. I'm not sure how many reps I got this one for, but I do remember I go up to, yeah, I think I just said that in the video. I think I go up to 3 plates on each side. We got Devo doing his set here. He's got 3 plates on one side, 2 on the other. Devo's very good at really controlling the changes of direction. So right here, we are, remember, like I said, guys, you're going to see throughout all of my training videos that we do forced reps and we do assisted reps to keep the muscle loaded in that stretch position, even when it gets super fatigued. Okay, so I think there's massive benefit to that. People argue back and forth, all these different training modalities. Should you do that? Should you not do that? How much should you do that? I pretty much do it every fucking workout. I'm only counting the full reps that I'm getting, all right? The full reps where it's all me, but I'm extending those sets even further and making it more intense by having somebody there spot me a little bit and just give me a little bit of help where I need it. I don't think there's really a whole lot of harm in that at all. It just makes you fucking better in the long run, to be honest. So we got my second top set here. I think there's 3 on one side, 3 and a quarter on the opposite side where Devo's at. Now, a lot of people are going to be throwing a fit. They're like, Nick, you're using so much momentum to get that weight up. I promise you, if you felt my lat, the entire range of motion, every single rep, it's contracted, and it is, well, it's not contracted the entire set, but it is loaded in a stretched and a contracted position, okay? I'm doing that because if I elevate my chest, I'm not yanking it, I'm not having a whole lot of momentum out of the hole, okay, in that complete stretch. I'm elevating my chest a little bit at the beginning so I can get a better lat contraction of that row, okay? So Devo, again, here, giving me some forced reps, really making me work for this shit. I'm not really sure how many I got. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing the drop set. I think we do a double drop set here. So they just pulled a plate off each side. Okay, so I did have 3 on one side, 3 on the other. Scratch that. Okay, now me trying to catch my fucking breath. Oh, yep, asking Kevin to make sure the camera's going because I totally forget when or if I even start recording things sometimes. Sometimes I'll think I recorded an entire workout and I end up like, oh shit, I recorded half that because I forget to press stop or start. Or I forget to turn my mics on. When I get into the training mode, I want to fucking train. I want 0 distractions. I love this shit. Okay, so doing the first drop here, really making this as hard as possible. Okay, I know this might look easy to you guys. Oh, 2 plates on each side. That's easy. Nick's just a weakling. No, you guys, like, if you train with max intensity, you're training to fucking failure. Drop sets like this become hard as fuck. This first drop set was a fucking killer, as you guys just saw, even though there was 2 plates on each side. Now we dropped it again to just a single plate on each side, and this still felt really heavy, but we were just pushing blood into the lats at this point. And you guys can see my shoulders. If you focus in on my shoulders here, my shoulders don't have a whole lot of protraction or retraction. I'm not squeezing my upper back. I'm just trying to think about getting my elbows down into my lat. In this, if you guys take these cues for an exercise like this, or even something like a lat-focused barbell row, then I'm sure you can take away something from this to improve your training and just improve that overall mind-muscle connection. Just cranking out a few here. These partials, I'm a big proponent on partials. I love partials. Trying to push the set to the absolute limit. Yep, and we are done. And I'm dead here. I don't even want to move after some of my sets. No, seriously. Moving on to our next exercise, we got this Mayhem pull-down machine. So this is one of the new machines that we just got at Topline. And comes the cat. Come on, get down. Now, as you can see, the gym is all matte black, color match, just black, okay? This machine was shipped to us by Mayhem in all gray, and it wasn't put together. So we're waiting on the all-black version to arrive because it was a mistake. They sent this one, and then we're going to take this one and sell it. But this machine is freaking awesome. Okay, so this is a pull-down variation. So it's you're seated in it in a reverse fashion, and it doesn't converge to bring your elbows closer to your body, but it diverges out just slightly. So you do need to be a little bit wider, I say, or a little bit bigger or taller to kind of use this machine. Not correctly, but I would say, from the majority of what I've heard from people, it helps when you are a little bit taller just to have a better line of pull, but the chest pad and the seat are adjustable, which is really nice. So you see here, it's pretty much like a single arm pull over per se. My elbow is not breaking 90 degrees. This is probably one of the most insane lat contractions that I've ever tried or that I've ever felt. And we're trying to figure out which hand positioning, which grip we like best here, because we are trying to target our lats and try to really get that lower lat here. Now, we did notice that we tend to feel that lower lat much better with the neutral grip, the semi-supinated neutral grip that you see me doing here right now. And we're just, warming up here, getting the feel for the movement pattern, because this is my first time using this machine, first time Kevin using his machine. So we're just trying to be, we're just dumbasses trying to figure this shit out right now. So Kevin is doing his first working set here. Now, as you can see with, because Kevin is a little bit shorter, and he's just smaller in general compared to just Devo and I, who are taller, he's got to laterally crunch a little bit at his obliques to really feel, or not really to feel the contraction, but to kind of lock himself in so that he can feel the contraction even better. But still, he was blown away by this machine, and he absolutely loved it. Now, as you can see, Kevin is not having his forward come all the way up and elevate that scapula and elevate that shoulder girdle. Why? The reason he's doing that is because when he does that, he's going to be losing tension on his lat. Yes, you can still work the lats effectively if you are having that weight pull you up, but the entire premise of training a muscle for hypertrophy is making sure that's loaded in the stretched and contracted position. I'm not going to get too analytical on this shit. I'm not a fucking, nerd where I'm just going to try to just train optimally, but I tend to feel better lat engagement, better lat stimulus, and I have better growth with my lats, and I've seen it with my athletes as well, is if we keep that lat engaged in that stretched position, but not have that shoulder elevate all the way up and have the weight pull the shoulder, and then we got to really yank it back down. So just do what works for you. So, this is that was Kevin's first set here, and then moving on to, I believe, my set after this. I was mistaken. I don't know where the video clip went for my set on that Mayhem lat pull down, pull over machine, but you guys kind of got the premise of that. We did one top set there, or 2 top sets there. It was 2 top sets there and then a back off set there on that Mayhem machine. So on that one, still failing from 12 to 15. Not trying to go get a whole lot of volume in there. Okay, we're keeping these sets pretty low throughout this workout, you guys can imagine. We're ending here now with an upper back row. So this is the machine that I chose for this to end this workout with. I wanted to do something that was chest supported, just so we could have as much upper back, as much stability in the upper body as possible, and as much upper back protraction, retraction, and also scapular elevation, what you can't get out of this one. You do get a decent amount of scapular elevation with this exercise because when your hands are out in front of you, your hands are lower than where your elbows and your shoulders are. So as you're pulling to really get a good trap and upper back contraction, you do have to have some sense of not shrug, but elevate your scapula at least a little bit. So we're doing 2 top sets here, and then a double drop set where we're stripping plates and going to failure again. Now right here, Devo is forcing me out these last few reps. I'm just focusing on getting my scapula to retract. Just call them like scap retractions if you ever hear me saying that in training videos. But I was absolutely fried from this set, and the cat is coming back to see what is going on with filming. Good job, buddy. But anyway, so I think I had 5 plates on there for this exercise. I like this machine. It's not my favorite one for upper back, but I do like it, and I will throw it in at the end of a workout. But also it is in my program. So I follow my program and listen to my coach, listen to your coach. So as much that we all know about training, as much as I know about training, there is somebody out there that is going to be better than you in training. It's going to know how to program things better for you and your body, which is why I have 2 coaches. I have my coach that does my nutrition and my supplementation, okay? And then also my coach that is in conjunction with my main coach that does my training, okay? So my shit went to a whole new level once I really started to dial in my training with somebody that knew, hey, we're going to do this instead of this. We're going to do this the right way instead of going the normal route like you've been doing it. Because I used to think I was training with good amount of control until I really started to get coached even more on the premise of training. Training is not, don't fucking overcomplicate it, okay? So too many people overcomplicate it on social media with this training optimally, but there is always a better way to do things, and sometimes a better way to do things means dropping your ego a little bit and trusting in somebody else to fucking be like, yo, you're going to do it this way because you've been doing it this way for too long, and yeah, you may be training in the correct, modality, philosophy, whatever, but it's not working. The target muscle that this exercise is supposed to be getting is not growing. So we're going to change it up and do this instead, or do it with this slight change, this slight cue. It just helps a lot, you guys, so fucking invest in yourself when it comes to this shit. A lot of times when somebody is making more progress than you, they're getting bigger than you, they're getting leaner than you, overall in the grand scheme of things, they're just making more progress than you. A lot of times it's not coming down to, the coach that they have. It's not, that can be a major variable in it because there's a lot of great coaches out there and there's a lot of shit coaches out there. But a lot of times that comes down to how fucking obsessive they are over the shit you're seeing right here in the video, okay? How obsessive they are with their training, with their sets, owning every single rep, okay? How obsessive they are with their rest times, how obsessive they are with their internal dialogue throughout the day about, how serious they are about achieving their fucking goals. It comes down to how obsessive they are with their sleep schedule, with getting their steps in. A lot of fucking variables can dictate if somebody's going to make a bunch of progress or a little progress, okay? Those variables, if you capitalize on them, you're going to make a lot of progress. If you don't capitalize on them, you're going to be stuck in the loop wondering why everybody else is making more progress than you are. And then it's a slippery slope because then you're probably going to start thinking, oh, it's because they're taking this. Oh, it's because they're training like this. Oh, it's because they have this split. Oh, it's because they have this amount of money to pay for this coach, and this coach. No, it's none of that shit. It's because they're fucking more serious than you are about it. Plain and simple. Okay, Kevin just finished his set. Okay, change up the angle a little bit here. This is my second set. This is the first drop set of my second top set here. Now we went from 5 plates to 4 plates. As you can see here, I'm not trying to pinch my shoulders up, okay? There is some scapular elevation, but I'm not trying to get my shoulders to my ears, okay? That's just going to happen naturally. I also like to keep my my spinal column as neutral as possible. There is going to be some rounding of that spinal column because of it being chest supported and the weight pulling you forward, but I don't like to go like this. I don't like to fishbowl my back, okay? 1, that takes the load off of the target muscle, and 2, it's going to take the load and transfer it onto your spinal column. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to have any issues with my back. I have enough problems with my lower back when I broke it. So it just helps me keep the tension on my upper back on the target muscle instead of putting a lot of that load in that stretch position on my spinal column, okay? So not really sure what I'm talking about here because obviously the mics aren't working, but I might be saying something important. So I'm going to go ahead here. Devo's got his set. Now you see at the end of this workout, we are going through Kevin's mandatories. We just got done doing his quarter turns and then his front relax bows. Now I am giving him some cues here about what I am specifically telling him here is I want him to hyperextend a little bit at the lower back to push his hips forward, not because we want to create the illusion of a smaller waist, because he already has a small waist, but I want to make sure that he is bringing his chest high to the ceiling, pushing that lower back forward just a little bit, hyperextend it, so that we can have a little bit more rounding of that front delt, that anterior delt from behind. Now look how much that pose changed. His teres now are popping way more. You can see that, just that sweep in that upper lat teres rhomboid area. So I'm very, very pleased with how that pose changed for him. His quarter turns are just deadly. His quarter turns are one of my favorite shots that he hits. I think I just said there, keep good core control. Make sure that we're really focusing on that breathing and not letting that core get relaxed and get distended. Dude's cramping, I'm pretty sure he said. But I think this is going to be his front relax or his front double bicep or his front lat spread. His legs, this kid's legs are phenomenal. He's natty too. So we've got tons of room for improvement. His front double's pretty nasty. We did make some good changes on this. I really like how he vacuums this pose. I'm going to speed up a little bit here. We backed up. Oh yeah, his side chest. We fixed his side chest a little bit as well. Oh yeah, there's the vacuum of that front double. Yep, the side chest, his elbow was out too far to the side there, and it was kind of making a big gap, even though it does look pretty sick. We pulled it in a little bit more so that we could have a little bit more of that rear delt pop and round out his shoulder a little bit more, but also fill in a gap. So that was the posing we did for today. And now you guys, hope you enjoyed this workout. Hope you enjoyed this style of me talking, walking you guys through some things. Now we're going to get back to the full day of eating, and we got, I think, 3 or 4 more meals for you guys to see. So let's get back into it. More videos coming your way. There we go. All right, check me out. So post-workout meal is as follows. Just got done with a workout. Hopefully you guys, what you're watching now, but what you guys just watched is not the workout from today. So I did voiceover from a previous workout, but today I hit upper back and a little bit of lats and then some delts at the end. Got body work done today, and I'm a little sore, not too sore. Really helped today. I'm gonna throw up a before and after of what I looked like yesterday, posing after leg day. That's the picture on the left. And then today, posing fasted after 2 hours of body work, is a picture on the right. Huge difference. I was 3 meals in, picture on the left, fasted after body work for the picture on the right. But anyway, post-workout meal. About to head over to record the podcast. 100 grams of cream of rice, 100 grams of blueberries, 20 grams of honey, and then 70 grams of, well, I would show you guys, but I just remembered that I just put the trash down the trash chute, and that was the rest of my ISO H1 milk chocolate. But anyway, milk chocolate flavor of ISO H1 is my absolute favorite. It's just, I don't know, I fucking love milk chocolate flavors, and this is the best one. It doesn't taste chalky, doesn't taste artificial. But also, if you guys have tried, this is also, in this cream of rice, this is just regular unflavored orange box shitty cream of rice. But if you guys have tried to mix ISO H1 with cream of rice and it comes out really watery, I don't know why it does that, but it would piss me off for the longest time. But I figured it out. Okay, so you just have to make sure you microwave the cream of rice first for like a minute, minute and a half, stir it up, put some salt into it as well so it's not clumpy. Get it out of the microwave where it's really thick. Like I want it to be like really thick. Put the ISO H1 in there, and once you start to stir it around, don't add water. Don't add water. Stir it around. Let it do its thing. And it's going to turn your cream of rice into like super thick, into a little bit less thick, and like a perfect consistency like this. So that's how you got to do it. And then you have the best mixture of cream of rice and ISO H1, and it doesn't get super watery like it did before. So you just got to make your cream of rice super thick first before you add it. Anyway, I'm going to smash this meal, show you guys my next meal when I get to Devo's house to record the pod. So yeah, throw the macros of this one up. But going to down this meal and then see you guys for the next meal. All right, so we got meal 4 here. Zach's eating his peanut butter balls. Dude, I miss those. Those are good. But anyway, meal number 4 is going to be 210 grams of chicken, grilled chicken breast. I cooked my shit in the air fryer today. I ran out of taco seasoning, so I just used a bunch of salt and pepper for the chicken. Obviously, this entire meal has a bunch of salt on it as well, just because I have a lot of salt in my diet, and I sweat a lot. 100 grams of green beans, and then 200 grams of jasmine rice. So this meal goes down pretty damn easy. Super easy to digest for me. Not too big of a meal, but pretty savory. I like this one. But yeah, this is going to be meal 4, and show you guys my last meal of the night when I get home, and then do a little bit more work. So this one's easy to get down, meal 4. This would have been meal 2, but I trained earlier today, so I moved meal 3 to my pre-workout meal. But yeah, this one's easy. All right, so last meal of the night is as follows. We got 100 grams of spinach, 300 grams of rice, and 200 grams of top round steak. Throwing the calories up probably over here. And then also 100 grams of pineapple. I absolutely love pineapple. Loaded that with salt also as well. And then also ran out of sugar-free ketchup, and ran out of GQs, and ran out of my Flavor Gang sauce. So this one's going down plain tonight. I know I'm boring. It's whatever. Obviously, I'd obviously want a condiments on it. You know, right now, meal tastes good, especially with condiments. So condiments are a key on prep. Make your food taste good. I enjoy what I'm eating, and I enjoy it even more, like tenfold, when I have condiments and seasonings and I can make it taste good. But also kind of do some fun shit with it as well. But anyway, this is the last meal of the night. It is currently 11 p.m. And then I'm going to eat this, and then got to wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow's my check-ins. Check-in tomorrow, wake up at 6. So I'll eat this, head to bed, get some good sleep. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this full day of eating video. This is my first one I've done, honestly, on the HOSSTILE page, I think. Yeah, I don't even think I did one way back when I was even prepping. You're going to get more videos like this coming your way. Do some day-in-the-life stuff as well. So it's going to be a good time. No, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be in prep. I love being back in prep and having structure, and just like waking up every day. Doing the same thing, checking the boxes, winning my days, and that leads to winning your weeks. And then sooner or later, you know it, prep just goes by like that. So I'm really excited to be back in the mix of things. See you guys at the Arnold in a few weeks as well. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be at the booth. I don't even know what gyms we're going to be training at, but probably at Pro's Gym, definitely, while I'm there. But it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited for the Arnold. The Arnold is one of my favorite things ever. I just love the vibe of the entire sports festival. And just like the people there are awesome. Columbus is a good city. I love the Olympia as well. But there's just something about the Arnold that I just fucking love about the Arnold. So I just go back every single year. But the Arnold's going to be fun. And I think around that time I'm going to be 14 weeks out, maybe. 14 weeks out. I don't know, maybe 15 weeks out. But yeah, well, I'm excited to see how my body changes from now until then as well, because this is the first week that I've had a big drop in calories, solely for the fact that my coach wanted to see how much weight did I lose, how quick I get lean, because I get lean pretty damn quick. I don't want to say I get lean easy. I'd just say it's not too difficult for my body to want to get leaner once I get in a deficit, increase my steps, my activity. I'm not doing any cardio at the moment right now as well. Training performance is still high through the roof. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of good to see that my hunger's starting to come back as well too, because that's one thing that drop in calories did, is it increased my hunger pretty drastically. Not to the point where I'm starving, but enough to the point where I have a little bit of that ghrelin increasing by the time I eat my next meal. And I kind of like that. It kind of gets me in the feel of, like, yeah, I'm in prep right now, because my food has been so high for so long. I mean, I don't want to say I get sick of food, because I'm a food guy, even though I eat the same shit every day pretty much. But there's just a different vibe to prep, and I love it. But anyway, I'm going to close out the video here, you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be seeing a lot more videos coming from me. And yeah, I'm excited to document this prep for you guys. It's going to be a good time. So, yeah, with that, I'm out of here.